Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl Mo. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you guys doing? I'm doing great. A little bit sad because of course it's the series finale of The Last Dance. Just finished watching it and I'm feeling a little bit emotional, But hey, I can't wait to get into it with you guys, tell you guys what I thought of episode 9 and 10, and I also have a special guest with me. So stay tuned. Alright, so I got my bro here with me, Junior. We're going to be sharing our reactions from episode 9 and 10 from the documentary The Last Dance. We're going to start with episode 9. That was crazy. Indiana Pacers.
It was.
That series, the conference finals, Reggie Miller. What did you take from it?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Man, that was a crazy series.
Yeah, it was.
Like, it kind of reflected, I had to reflect on it, like, yo, Reggie Miller, man, I have respect for that guy. And, just the tenacity the Pacers had.
Yep.
But then it just, again, like, the Bulls, man.
But to be honest, I actually thought the Pacers were going to win that series because that was the first thing we've seen since this whole documentary that actually pushed Jordan to Game 7. And he even admitted that was their toughest opponent. Like, they actually had a chance of knocking the Bulls out.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa.
And, I hear the argument like, yo, who did the Bulls face on the way to the championship? Or who did they play in the championship? That goes to show you they had competition.
They definitely did.
You know what I'm saying? The Pacers clearly had less. Some people might not agree with Reggie Miller and say they had the best team, but they had a younger, fit team, and they were just as competitive as the Bulls.
And Reggie Miller actually said he thought they were the better team. I actually agree with him. They were the better team. But what made the Bulls different was that championship DNA. True. And I always tell people, like, experience, it matters.
It beats everything.
It matters. So that was pretty dope. All right, another thing we got from episode 9, which was pretty much like the main story and surprising for me, was the whole flu game, food poisoning. I didn't know it was food poisoning until MJ told us. Did you know?
I had no
Obviously,
idea.
you did.
I had no idea. That was the first I was hearing about that. So
that game. So the game we're talking about actually is the NBA Finals. That year, 97, I believe. Yep, it was 97. They were facing Utah Jazz. Karl Malone, John Stockton. Man, one of the best duos in NBA history.
For those who say Jordan never faced competition in the finals,
he did. Those are like two Hall of Famers.
Look up the resume for Stockton and Malone. You know what I'm saying?
Karl Malone actually has the most points, second most
points in the NBA, period.
That's what Jordan had to face. So, I mean, the young generation, they say LeBron, which I understand. But hopefully, after you guys watch this documentary, hope you guys can admit that MJ was great. We're not saying LeBron isn't great, but MJ, man, I believe he's the GOAT. But we're going to get into that. So, we're talking about the flu game, which everybody thought was the flu game, but really was food poisoning. And MJ just blew off. He had that pizza, and they tried to knock him off his game, but he came back in the second half.
First of all, that's a boo on Utah. Come on, man.
They had an opportunity, man. Y'all had
a
chance.
smacked.
Like, the basketball gods literally gave you guys an opportunity. Like, we're going to make this guy half of what he is. Now try. And still they couldn't defeat this guy.
That's crazy. That's
like,
crazy.
You guys literally had the chance to beat the Bulls.
I mean, what got to me was basically like I always looked for people to inspire me throughout my life. And that was an opportunity. There's no way I would have been on that team and I wouldn't have been inspired. That's the greatness of MJ. You inspired me to be part of what you're doing or to even be better than to push myself further. So I respected that, man. And even with that, like Utah still couldn't succumb to his greatness, So what would have I don't want to put LeBron under the bus because he's great. He's number 2.
Great.
But what would that have looked like in this NBA in this current time that we're in?
They're soft. All they care about is Money, the fashion,
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Not to say that not all of them are motivated or but we know most of them. It's not really about the championship. Like, hey, just give me my money.
Some
let
of
me
them.
do some of them right. Let me do
I wouldn't actually put that on LeBron though.
No. He stayed motivated. Like, he stayed motivated. So I can't wait for NBA to be back.
True.
But anyway, that was our take from episode 9. So now we move on to episode 10. All right, so episode 10, of course, started with the 1998 NBA Finals. Again, Utah Jazz. They fell short in 97, but came back in 98. They thought they were better. Right. They were ready. Matter of fact, they had home court advantage. Because the formula then was 2 home games, 3 road games, and 2 home games. I wish they bring that back, actually. But what stood out to me was game 3. When they lost.
Like what part? What part stuck out to you?
They lost by 42 points.
Oh, that game.
Yo, they got smacked.
No, man. 42 points. Please, for all the, MJ naysayers, where have you ever experienced, what knowledge do you have, at least after this documentary, of MJ, of any team losing by 42 points?
42 in the NBA Finals. Actually, they said that was the lowest scoring because Utah Jazz only have 54 points. That was the lowest scoring point in the shot clock era in NBA history.
I'm trying to do like 54 divided by 4, and I'm
thinking, that's how bad that game was for Utah. Utah Jazz fans, I'm sorry, man. I mean, I'm sure them watching this documentary, especially this last 2 episodes, it has to be depressing for them.
They knew it was time.
Yeah, like they fell short 97 and then they come back 98 and it was still bonkers.
Did you remember that shot? That shot when MJ, the one he crossed over homeboy, and then everybody was like this. You saw fans doing this.
Crazy. We're going to get to that. Another thing that stood out to me, your boy, Rodman. What's up
I love
with him,
Rodman.
Man? What's up with him, man? Really?
Rodman is the first rock star. He's like Travis Scott before Travis Scott came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously you wouldn't want one of your best players out there partying and whatnot, but man, Rodman.
During the NBA Finals, my bro didn't show up to practice.
What did he do in the next game?
He dropped 14 rebounds, but still, you're in the NBA Finals.
But that speaks a lot more to Phil Jackson's competence as a coach. Like, he was raw.
He was able to manage those wild egos.
Right. I think MJ said something like, the magic with Phil Jackson, no matter how great you are, he always had a way to bring you down to earth. To connect you with the team.
Yeah.
So,
make you there's no I in team. Remember that? Yeah. So
I had to think about it. So even if the Bulls did a rebuild, they should have kept Phil Jackson. Why didn't you keep the greatest coach of all time? I mean, I know that was
never understand
hindsight, but
yeah, I don't have any answer. But I don't know what the GM, the owner were thinking. It wasn't broke, so I don't know what they were really trying to fix. So yeah. All right. Another thing that we took from episode 10 was game 6. That was actually the final game.
Yeah.
That storyline was crazy. The back and forth, and then Scottie Pippen stepping out. What was your mind? Like, imagine if you were in that time and Scottie Pippen was out the game, with the back injury. Would you have been like, that's it for the Bulls?
Yeah, naturally you would think that's it for the Bulls.
But it wasn't.
Look at what happened to the Warriors when Draymond went out. It was shut down.
That still pisses me off.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? People think about the team connection. Like, he was a connector, right?
Draymond never did what he did, overreact.
We digress, but you know what I'm saying?
We're not talking about the Warriors. We're not focused. Let's focus. But yeah, that
was a big deal. It was a big
that
deal
was huge.
For your second best player to be out with a back injury and still have the guts to come in. We had remember the other episode where they had Pippen quitting during the game. During the game,
right?
He made up for. He learned from that mistake.
That's true. He made up for that. Yeah. So he came back. Yep. But for me, it's just with Utah again, the basketball gods giving them an opportunity to really take advantage because they were actually up when Scottie was out. They were going back and forth.
By a pretty nice margin.
That brings me to that final 20 seconds with that MJ shot. Do you think he shoved him off?
Nah, he barely.
That was actually the argument that dude was carrying for
I
years.
was like, I need to see this. He barely.
Nah, he
him.
didn't shove him off. Dude was already rolling to the ground,
Right.
and he just like touched him and
It's
whatever.
Like
so
slight dance, you know what I'm saying? So
it's like that. That was our take from episode 9 and 10. It's bittersweet. Like, I can't believe it's over, man. But
I can't believe
I
it.
appreciate that documentary because it made me just admire MJ more. It inspired me to even chase greatness myself. You know, like we should never limit ourselves.
For sure.
You know, so it was amazing.
Yeah. And like the one thing I took from the whole documentary was, why would you question any shots that you haven't taken yet? Like I'm paraphrasing, but like, come on, you know what I'm saying?
Deep. That's
Why?
deep. That's
Why?
deep.
That's Jordan's mindset.
That's his mindset. Yeah.
Definitely a GOAT. For sure.
I was just gonna ask you that. So, are you convinced, without a doubt, MJ is the GOAT?
I'm of the mindset that right now, currently, Jordan is the GOAT. This is currently, you know, it doesn't mean LeBron can't pass him at the end of the day. But
Second.
That's not the conversation. We're not having that
conversation. Yeah, we're not having that conversation today. But hey, maybe next time. Anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you like it. Make sure you share it with your friends. Yeah, subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments what you guys' take was from episode 9 and 10. We'd love to hear from you guys. Again, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, what do we say? Bye.